the second anniversary.
Yeah.
Thank you
Play
for
it,
using
man.
your effect and then
Play
we
it.
get to
Second
get 2
anniversary.
It is in the
and
second
not
episode.
back. So
I see that.
we now have 6 Dawn active, even though these players on inputting. We are a 6K leader once again. We don't get the draw. But at this point, right, it's just kind of like trading a card for a card, right? We were going to draw a card from Sanji Pudding, but instead we just discarded a card from our leader effect to prevent it. So
this matchup.
Just confirming
very
some
nice.
wording there. With
Almost had it last time.
Very nice one, but I seen. I was watching that game.
That was a good game.
I was watching any of these cards, but that's just giving card advantage right back to the Teach player.
I'm going
And
first.
that's for the downside of
I'll keep it.
shooting at the head at face or at any of these cards, really. A little harder to devote some of
You're
the
about to go to church right now.
resources to get the 7 costs out, but it looks like we're just going to go swing 7 to the face.
Oh yeah, and this guy's a little scary. I like the sequencing here, just attacking now. I do think maybe it would have made sense to give the Luffy the protection and made it at least an 8 cost. Just because with cards on board, we can get rid of a 6 cost or a 4 cost, 7 cost or higher. You have a bit of protection.
Make it a little easier.
Are you going to use that Von Augur? So that's actually going to put a lot of these cards into range.
Do another one.
You can even Von Augur, Doc Q to get rid of really any of these things.
Nice.
We have like
Did
a
you get one
Tempest
for your
as well.
collection?
Teach can get rid of another thing and like a double removal like that.
Would you do
Yeah,
it?
see?
That would be
Nice.
nice.
I'm gonna get
Nice.
stage.
Sure.
Pass.
Is that your
I don't think
leader
we've seen
page?
them on our just yet, right?
Oh, my leader
Oh,
is right
oh.
here. She
Look at
ran.
the wrong card.
Nice.
We're going to swing pretty big tier 11 at the Sanji Pudding.
Sure. And then yeah, we're gonna use the Von Augur here. Get the double reduction and the Doc Q to get the removal there.
That's pretty funny.
And then we're gonna play out Caribou, so we do have a blocker. This is a new card from OP-11. We're putting another 10-drop Teach into our trash, but the other thing too is that these Von Augurs, you know, they've been used for getting rid of cards, but a 6K attacker in the mid to late game gets, you know, a lot of value as well.
Ace, Sabo, Luffy, King Luffy.
Alright, and we've got another 6 cost, and I think we knew this. I think this was searched at the beginning of the game.
The Nico.
You can kind of tell because we have like the alt art and the regular art for it. But we are going to get the plus 1,000 on the leader once again. I think we're just going to try to just go for game. We're going to give the boost here.
Take this one.
Yeah, we're going to use the effect to get the restand.
The 2 cards are.
Yeah, we're just gonna scoop it up. Yeah,
Does he have any other cards? I guess not.
Yeah.
That will do it.
Have two in there.
That's it. So we got our first game win. Chalice there with the green and purple Luffy. One more win needs to get into the top 4, and we'll see how that goes. And we also have our backup match, right, Matt? Brian?
Yes.
And it looks like they're just starting. I'm going to guess game 2. I'd be very surprised if this was game 1.
I'm gonna do
But yeah, we do have purple Luffy versus the Bonnie on the backup table. This one,
Like everything's extra shiny. This time.
yeah, extra shiny on the backup table for sure.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and swing those.
Stop again.
5 to 5. Which is the purple Luffy.
3 brothers.
This is the Bonnie.
Probably coming from China.
Restand 1.
I'm here to answer any questions. Yes, bedtime, Jimmy. Is it a good way to relax and have fun? Sure is. Showtime, Jimmy? Are there ads? No. Can you believe they make games with no
I
ads?
have the dawn.
Flight, Jimmy. Do I need Wi-Fi? Do I need Wi-Fi?
Card.
Nope. Which means you can play anything.
Baby Luffy.
Just what a price latte, Jimmy? Is it free? Yep. Not a single dime to download.
I don't want to be
Pass on that.
Oh, yeah.
Emotional.
Just
Just like
you're
so
gonna be
excited to download this
Four,
game.
I'll
Same.
pass.
Cowboy, Jimmy? Giddy up, partner. Okay.
2 Luffy.
Actually, I think it's a bar.
It's a what? No, it's a 4 crosses. There's a 4 there.
Oh, I couldn't see it from last turn.
We know this is the backup table for a reason. But we did want to try to get some additional games for you guys or a little bit of extra gameplay. So
The Vortex.
Sanji from the Zoro.
I need that stage though.
anyways, we'll go back to probably our our main match now. I think they're probably ready, set up.
Yeah, one.
And they've set up. Okay, so
He's like, I'm taking risk. I only got one up.
yeah, starting off.
Everything else
looks
you
like we discarded
kind
a
of
card
fine
turn
later. So
one. Just turned off that Nami search effect.
4.
And maybe it was to try to persuade them
You
to
turning
no,
off my
not
on
play
play
a
on my
one drop.
second turn.
That doesn't get an
Really
effect.
fucked for me because I had a bonk like
But with you have the
Turning it off?
feet out,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
You don't want to.
I wanted to ramp again. You didn't let me.
You want to have a way to attack into it, kind of efficiently.
I was like,
You're
he's
gonna
most
play
likely
Valkyrie,
gonna
so
play
there's
Nami.
gonna be
No.
Nami, and
Yeah.
this is gonna, I think, get a lot of value for Teach. Pretty good start.
Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna lose one of these.
And again, they chose to go first, right? This is not. They lost game one. They chose to go first again. So, additionally, so the Zoro here, again, seeing that it's on curve again this game, it doesn't have rush inherently, but it can attack. If you're.
Fuck, bro, nothing but fucking events. 5 week. Now, tap 4 for Zordro.
カーギー海賊のビデオ見えちゃった
Es un juego de engaños. Solo un vencedor sobrevive.
Mi nombre es Julián Villarreal. Yo fui
2 liter.
Si fallas tu tiro, podrías acabar muerto. El misterio de Alejandro Venesco, escrito y narrado por Diego Bonete. Escúchalo en Hollywood.
Sabores vienen en paquetes pequeños.
Why is my brother
In Spanish?
Yeah.
Bro, have you seen the newest episode? Bro, they finally put it to
カーギー
anime.
海賊
Man.
This video is
Yeah.
My boy Kuma.
Went on a tear.
Someone could
Bro.
prices slash site wide, and for a limited time get a free playback ticket that we sell on purchase. While supplies last. Also check out the Legends and Shadows collection.
5 week?
Use code CARDKaizoku for 8%
Yeah,
off your order.
handling myself.
This video is brought to you by Adakai TCG. Shop the latest in premium holographic textured custom One Piece cards. Designed for collectors, crafted to stand out. Use code CARDKaizoku for 15% off your next order. This video is sponsored by Gumgum.gg. See Western OP-11 list and Eastern OP-12 list on Gumgum.gg. Updated daily. Be the first to see decks for new leaders as they emerge. With over 1,000 deck lists per set, Gumgum.gg has all the top strategies as soon as they drop. This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. Alright, it's the Tokyo Championship Series. They call it Tokyo number 2. What happened to number 1? I don't know. But that's the title of the stream. So this is the breakdown of the tournament. It looks like it is 21% blue
No
purple
one play
Luffy,
right.
16% green Zoro, 6.4% Kuzan, blue Kuzan.
Too bad.
Oops, that's an N. 6% green purple Luffy,
And no pass.
5% Rayleigh, 4.6% Bonnie, and then 3.7% Ryo Nami. And I saw in their official Ryo Nami video on their channel, they use this abbreviation, so blue is officially U, red green smoker, makes up 2.7%, and then Lucci is 2.7, and then green yellow law is 2.6, and then the other 28.2% is made up of
Japan?
Zoro. This is Shanks. This is Kobe. This is Blue Nami. This is Usopp.
I hate that guy.
And then
Can I
Koala.
play the Pokemon?
This is Kolgara. Let me know if you guys want me to even translate all these to do better. And then Enel makes up the final deck in the rest of the top 28, well not top, the rest of the 28.2%. So let's skip ahead. I am literally 10 minutes behind live, just so that I don't have to wait for stuff. Impatient on waiting. So let's see what the top 16 is. Or maybe it's top 8.
Okay.
Oh, let's see here. So top 16 consists of 5 blue purple Luffys, 4 green purples. Then we have the 1 Rayleigh, 1 Rayleigh Smoker. I don't know why I'm crossing them out, but 1 Bonnie, 1 green Zoro. Oh, this is interesting because we saw a lot of these in the prior tournaments, but only 1 made it to top 16 here. 1 green yellow law, 1 Teach. Oh, did I say Lucci? Was it Teach actually? Oh no, this is Lucci.
2 liter.
but the one that made it to the top 16 is Teach. They didn't show that in the top 28.2%, so I guess it's like even less represented than that. And then, oh, what the heck? There's a piss kid here.
Why do you keep saying that,
PV
bro?
Kid in top 16.
PV Kid.
What? Well, yeah, I hope we get to see Piss Kid on stream.
His
Let's just
kid,
skip to game
man.
one.
That's
It's
second.
very disrespectful.
Like,
You got
it's
second.
slowly starting to revert back to the Luffy meta, it looks like. We don't see purple Luffy anymore, and then we could see purple black Luffy in their meta once they get the starter decks. I think they're getting it in like a week. Or this week, actually. So that's going to change things up. Let's see, game one is underway. Okay, so it's green purple Luffy. In case you guys don't know what he does. Here, I made the preview a lot bigger too on screen. So, dual color leader, green purple, activate only once per turn. If you Dawn -2, if you only have Tri-Head crew type characters out, you can set the 2 if your Dawn is active, and then this leader gets +1k power to the end of your opponent's next turn. The leader, what he does is he plays a lot of cards that mitigate that Dawn -2 effect, so you basically get this for free. You get 2 extra on the turn, and you stay at 6k this leader. That's the bread and butter of this type of leader. Currently, arguably in the West at the moment, the best deck in the format. It's a lot more consistent than Blue Purple Luffy. Blue Purple Luffy has a lot more like, how would you say, like dynamic, not dynamic, like really winning and really losing matchups. I feel like Blue Purple Luffy is a lot more cost of board, more consistent. And we get this kid, okay, so OP-10, this kid, a very, I would argue, an off-meta leader at the moment, but making it to the top here. I think it's really strong actually. It's just it depends on the matchup, right? So what he does is mono color, 5 life, yellow leader, and in your turn you may turn one card from the top of your life cards face up, and then if you do this, you can set up to one of your supernova type characters with a cost of 3 to 8 as active, and then that character gains blocker until the end of your opponent's next turn. So as long as your top life is face down, you can flip it face up and make a blocker at any time. In the late game when you're playing your 7-cost flaws or your 8-cost kids, you can always attack with them and then make them into like 9k blockers, so it's really strong for that. Right, you have a really defensive late game, and you also have options to burn your opponent with the 8-cost kid. You have options to, this guy here. You also have options to heal with the law as well,
6 leaf,
which is all from the same set actually, so it's like the whole package is there for him. Right, this one heals with any supernova type. Just take a look at the starting hands here. So we'll pause it real quick, so in case they scroll away as I'm talking about it. So they have the searcher, right? This kid has a searcher. Looks like this is going first to, which I don't think that's the curve he wants. I know it's fine, because 7 law, you can play on odds, right? And he has it in hand, that's guarantees. Benzo Hawkins is like one of the best teams you can play early on, because if you turn him into a blocker, he's going to lose a life when he dies. But he has 2 7 law, that's perfect. And then he has a Red Hawk that can pop a 5-drop for 4, or become a 3k counter for leader later. So this is actually an amazing starting hand, right? You have your searcher to fill your later turns, you have your turn 3 play because you're going first, and then you can maul back to back here and heal and stay healthy, and have that 9k blocker as you mentioned. Incredibly strong start from the kid here. Right, the only awkward lull would be like the turn, if you're going second. Right, you play Hawkins on 4, you have nothing to do on 6, and then you have Law on 7. But going odd, that solves it, right? The only thing is you don't have anything to do on your second turn, on your 3. But 5 Hawkins, 7 Law, 9 Law even. Okay, so green purple Luffy. This hand not as well. No, it's still pretty good. You have the searcher Nami, right? So both players have a on-play searcher for their first turn. 2 stages. These are kind of bricky in this particular matchup. Well, I guess not, right? Because actually, yeah, since they have the Red Hawk that can pop this 5-drop here, this would deny it because it turns this Sanjay putting into a 7. And yeah, of course, Sanjay putting is like the bread and butter of the stack. It gives you a Dawn when you return Dawn. So you have that ready, and then this is a new event from OP-12. So let me show you guys. It's this one here. What it does is, sorry, my ready on the screen is covering it. So you can use the main effect if you rest 3 more down on top of the 1 that you pay. It lets you rest up to 2 of your bonus characters with down cards. So this is good into other purple decks, but I guess against this kid too, it's good to get into like resting their like 9k blockers in the late game, or use it as counter to counter for 3k. So this is the thing that they're doing a lot recently. These counter events that can just counter for 3k for 1 Dawn, but also have a activating effect. So yeah, usually the guard point is completely power crept. It's a moot point to run that card anymore. Oh, but this only works on leaders, so that you have to take that into account. I think guard point works on characters.
Damn, once that card comes out,
dude,
it's gonna be even worse.
Upside of having the flexibility.
What does that do again?
You can rest up to one of up to 2 of your opponent's cards.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Just
It's
any
like
cost?
It's like Cody for 3 or for 4.
This card in his hand right here.
I think it's like Divine Departure. So
Actually,
you
don't know how to
play
decide
for
this
one and then you rest.
Oh, you rest 3. Okay, yeah.
In real
But
time,
still, you're resting 2 cards, so
You
you
can
can
skip ahead a bit if you want, but let's just
Yellow,
Two Blackbeards.
Rest the Dawn. Oh, fuck.
Two Dawn. Is it characters or Dawn?
I think it's.
So I
Or
can
it's just characters?
Double check.
Here, it's just a one
Is it
down.
characters
Pop,
and
pop.
Dawn? Because I'm pretty sure it's like Hody. I'm pretty sure it's just like Hody.
So that, yeah.
No. Yeah, character or Dawn. Character or Dawn. Son of a bitch.
So it's literally Hody.
Yeah, it's
For
Hody.
4.
It's Hody for 4. Hody's effective. No body.
These overguard point.
And counter.
With the upside of
To
having
the
the
dock
flexibility of using deactivate main.
3K
So
counter.
yeah, let's just see how this game's
Damn,
gonna
bro,
go.
that card's really good.
Yeah, actually, yeah. This stage card is actually very relevant against this card in his
I
hand.
very much want to run
Like, it only
Zoro.
needs one.
This shit looks hella fun.
Yeah, it does.
I actually don't know how to
You're
structure this
9
supposed to
down,
go,
right?
but
Yeah.
I guess we'll see it in real time, and yeah, we can even skip ahead a bit if we want, but let's just take it slow so we have more time to talk. It's like
I don't
we can
have
get
any
more.
fucking
So let's play this
cabinets.
facility. So I can show.
You can borrow mine, bro.
Here.
I don't
It's just a one
play.
down. Five searcher.
The blue one? The blue one? Or which one? The green one?
Okay, so
Yeah.
you do see the zoos.
I have one.
You
Zoro.
cannot take 8 cost
It
kids
comes out in
and
12.
Veggies. So veggies would be not as good into the green purple Luffy. They don't really have ways to KO, so you're not going to use it much for besides being a chump blocker. You could end up taking the kid that we talked about
You're
earlier.
at 9, right?
So he has to like get ready, right?
So
You can chain
7.
law into kid into
Play for
law
3.
and if he needs to heal. And this just makes the opponent straight up lose a life, right? Gungam Giant cannot defend him. From this,
Get
they
+2.
trash that life, they don't even get to take it to hand to use. So a 2-down turn for the green purple Luffy plays a Nami. So what Nami does is
No, I can't even be sneaky with the Black
for
Vortex.
a
You
short
guys
ass
know.
instead of Supernova.
I told you before the game too.
I wasn't even expecting to run it.
I didn't know you had
Something
it,
and
to be
putting-
fair.
I was just like out of sight, out of
So
mind.
as
I
I
was like,
mentioned,
oh,
when you return
Tito.
two more Dawn to your Dawn deck,
You probably
you
just
get
did
one Dawn
that.
back active, and then on play you have less Dawn, you get card 2. And it's a formidable stat line, it's a vanilla 5/7.
Baited me so
If you have
good.
2 of these out, your leader will lose basically 3. Okay, so the kid's 3-down turn is starting with the 5K swing out leader, deciding whether you should take or not. Now he does only have 1K counter in hand, so okay, I think he's pretending to think whether he should counter or not to make it look like he has a lot of counter, but he actually doesn't. And he just swings 5K with the searcher, gets met with 1K, and that's all the counter he has, unless he draws something. Oh, he drew a 2K, perfect. So I'm gonna assume next turn is a Hawkins turn for the kid, but this turn for the green purple Luffy can't really do much either. He might also
You didn't do
swing
leader?
like
Mm,
5/5,
do
5/6, 5/5, right? You have the event searcher. Yeah, plays the searcher. Looks at the top 3 for Straw Hat, Kid Pirates, or Heart Pirates type card. Add it to your hand. You'll see that the green purple Luffy deck is just running like 12 to 16 searchers just to find Sanjay Pudding, but he already has 2 in hand. He has the stage set up too, so it's going to protect the Sanjay Pudding next turn for sure. So 5 out lead is taken. 5 life leaders almost always take the first hit, no matter what you throw at them. And then 5 from the Nami, yep, it was 5 at the end. This one, I think he could afford to take it as well, but would also make sense to counter as well. Because each life you take is
5
one
for
less
Kuzan.
blocker you can make,
Kuzan.
unless you can turn your life back face down, that is. It does counter with the Apu 1K.
The
That's
nicest.
the kid, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume it's Dawn Leader and then Hawkins. Make Hawkins into a blocker. Right? Because next turn the green purple will be coming out. The Sanjay Pudding's coming out for sure. Okay, so it does swing searcher into searcher.
Lead.
Oh, it swings 5 with leader. Okay, what's he doing with the 1 Dawn? Did he draw a Luffy? Oh, I guess the bet, bet was 2 cost. Yeah, so that's probably not
Another
for now.
7 to it.
I wonder what the 1 Dawn is for then. Okay, green purple he takes another 5. Hitting awfully low. We see the. Wait, what is that? He played Luffy for 4 Dawn? Was he have 4 Dawn rested? Does he have 4 Dawn rested? Maybe I looked at that wrong.
Nice.
Oh, 1 Dawn rested. Okay, yeah. He did have another Luffy. So I'm looking at it like horizontally, so I thought these were rested, but I'm just tripping myself out. Okay, so we see Hawkins out.
So
Yeah, on
the-
KO, you're going to try
that's
to
only
block,
when you
right?
counter, right?
And then
Yeah.
he
Have
did
to
not
swing
use
into
the ability to turn into a blocker, right? Or else we would have saw this face up. Huh, I wonder why. Right, because next turn he can just play the law anyway and get a face down card. I don't think there's any downside to using the blocker effect. Okay, so Sanjay Pudding comes out. As you mentioned, gives him a Dawn back, and then he's a 6K base right now. I think he miscounted his Dawn, he forgot. He was at 6, right? 6 Dawn, Sanjay Pudding -2. These are shall be rested. I think he's confused. You shouldn't have this much active dog. The judge has to rest his dog for him. And then he gets 2 active and 1 active back. What happened there? I guess he just nerves started playing on stream. And then use the stage to make this a 7 cost and swing 6 at leader. Is taken and then plays what the heck? What is that? Zordro? Oh, it is. So yeah, Zordro is just a on-play searcher, but with a big vanilla 4/6 stat line. Finds a Frankie. That's I guess a 1K. I guess he needs to ramp, right? Because he's at $5 right now. He might be stuck at 5. Yeah, recall this is a 6 cost and this is a 6
5
big.
and then 1 attacking equal to or less. Kill one rested.
Yeah. Shit.
Give you 1K.
You want me to get your binder?
Go 5.
I'll take no trigger.
So can you negate his blocker for next turn?
No.
With the vortex though?
No, it's just for this turn, for your turn only.
Oh,
The choice is yours, and the choice with McValue is always more. Get more than you expect.
70.
New McValue at McDonald's.
Yeah, 2 more darn.
yeah.
Give you 2 2Ks.
Yes.
Cards in here.
6.
Where is it?
The white box right there, honey. It's literally right in front of you. It's right in front of you.
Oh.
Do leader.
I'll just lose next turn, so like 8, 1, 2, 3, 4.
blocking Sanji.
Oh,
Just
negates
negate it,
it,
yeah, the blocker. Let's go 70.
2.
Another 70. Legendary.
Ooh, I'll trigger this time.
Damn. Yeah, this game.
Game?
You have Rush Luffy, I know that for a fact, so.
Yeah, and I had fucking 2 guns.
Yeah, good game.
I want this smoke.
Locker.